Hello friends, this is Satwinder Bhatia from Sukhmani Immigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I am a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today, I am very happy to share with you there is a new program which came in just yesterday. What is the program? What are the details? I'll share everything with you. This new immigration program is from a provincial level. Just a coincidence that yesterday I shared a program at a federal level. So today I'm sharing a new program at provincial level. So 2 days, 2 new programs I'm sharing with you. If you have not seen my earlier video, you can check the video which is on the federal level, the new program which came in, which is Atlantic Immigration Program that came in just 2 days back, and this came in yesterday. So now look at what the program is. Before that, I request you, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider subscribing. We share so many news, updates, tips and tricks on this channel about Canadian immigration. So please consider subscribing, and if you like the video, share it with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. So without further delay, let's look into what the program is. So the program is SINP Tech Talent. Yes, this is a program for technology people. So technology people have one more option to add to this. So what is the program? This is a PNP program from Saskatchewan, and this is exclusively for technology sector people, for computer industry, for IT industry sector people. What is the program? Let us look into it. So before that, I just want to tell you, SNIP is basically divided into 4 categories. Saskatchewan PNP comes under 4 different categories. Let us first look into the categories to understand where this falls into. So SNIP comes into 4 categories, and the first category is International Skilled Worker category. The second category is, which is called Saskatchewan Work Experience category. The third one is Farm Owner and Operator. The fourth category is Entrepreneur category. So this particular program comes under International Skilled Worker Program, and under this category there are many programs already, but this is the new one. So this new one is added into the International Skilled Worker category. International Skilled Worker, as I said, has already couple of programs. So this one comes under this category, Tech Talent. This is a new program which is introduced just yesterday. So now let us look into it. Before that, just some important tips about this program. So first of all, this program, as I said, it came in just yesterday, which is Monday, March 7th, 2022, and this program is for the technology professionals. The pathway is basically to speed up the permanent immigration process of tech workers already in Saskatchewan or those who are coming from the other countries. So this is the pathway that basically it offers a competitive advantage to the technology sector in Saskatchewan because they are not getting its fair share. You know why? Because everyone wants to come to either Ontario or BC. BC has a program which is called BC Tech Program, BC Tech Pilot. It was earlier pilot, then they made it a regular program, BC Tech Program. Ontario already have a tech program, and Alberta also has an accelerated tech pathway. So Saskatchewan was not getting its fair share, and that was the reason. So Saskatchewan came up with this technology program, and it hopes to get its fair share of technology resources with the help of a tech talent pathway. Now let us look into the tech talent pathway. Now this program is really unique. Why this is unique? Because all the PNP programs which are available, and all other PNP programs are either they are linked with federal program, which is Federal Express Entry, or they are not linked with Federal Express Entry. So, but this is a unique program. This can operate with federal entry also. This can operate without federal entry also. So one of its kind program. Yes, one of its kind program. If you qualify under Federal Express Entry, you can go through Federal Express Entry also. If you do not qualify under Federal Express Entry, you can go without Federal Express Entry also. So you have both the choices. This is See, this is the reason they have made such a program, because the demand is very high for this. So now look at it. With express entry it can work. It can work without express entry. This is a unique, one of its kind program which can work with or without express entry. So if you are eligible to make profile in express entry, and you can make a profile, you get your job seeker ID, then you can go with express entry profile. Or otherwise, if you are not eligible, or if you are not able to make the profile in express entry, you can directly go to SNIP program. So both ways it can work for you. Now, everyone wants to know what are the requirements or who can apply. This is the first question. Can I apply for this? Right? This is obviously the question, right? So what are the requirements? Now let us look at the requirements. So who can apply? What are the requirements? So requirements, let us see each one by one. First, of course, education. What are education requirements? I'll go in detail with you. So language test, work experience, and another one is job approval letter. What kind of letter? I will discuss with you, right? So be eligible for professional licensing. What is this professional licensing and how you become eligible? I will talk about this. So now let us look at each requirement one by one. The first one is education, and then we'll move on to language one. So education requirement. So education requirement for this is that you need to have studies more than post-secondary. So more than grade 12 plus 2. You need to have studies more than that. What are those studies? It can be a diploma, and the diploma must be at least 2 years from a university or a college. It can be a bachelor's degree, or it can be a master's degree, but it has to be above grade 12. A 2 years diploma, bachelor's degree, master's degree, anything can work. So as I always say, if you have not done your studies from Canada, then you need to get what? ECA. Yes, you are right. You need to get ECA. And ECA, I have a complete video on it. So how to get ECA, what is the process, what are the details, you can check that video, and ECA you can get the complete information from there. But you need ECA if your studies are not from Canada. Now, first requirement you understood, it is education. The second one is language. Now let's look into the language requirement. Language requirement for those who are without express entry. So without express entry, the language requirements are different. With express entry, the language requirements are different. So first we are looking into without express entry. So what are the language requirements? And here also there are two choices. The first choice is, if you are currently working for an employer who is offering you the job and you are meeting the language requirements, so employer will assess whether you need any kind of testing or not. If employer says, I think he's okay, he doesn't need any kind of testing, so you do not even need to go for a language test. But in other case, if you are not currently working for the employer who is offering you the job, then you must have English or French tested, and you should get CLB level 5 or higher. CLB level 5 or higher, this is the key point. So this is for without express entry. If you are doing through express entry, then you know that express entry has a standard federal express entry has a federal language requirement. What is that requirement? That requirement is that you should have CLB 7. Yes, CLB 7 in all the 4 abilities. What are those CLB 7? CLB 7 in all 4 abilities. What are those abilities? Which are speaking, reading, listening, writing. So all the 4 abilities you should have CLB 7. Now if we translate CLB 7 in terms of IELTS, because IELTS is more popular, you can go and take also the CELPIP too. But if we look from the IELTS perspective, you need to score at least 6 in each of the abilities. Speaking, listening, reading, writing, all the 4 abilities you need to score at least 6. So here, if you are doing through express entry or without express entry, the language requirement changes. Now, the third requirement is work experience. So work experience, here also there are options. If you are applying from in Saskatchewan, yeah, or you are currently working in Saskatchewan and have worked full time, then you just need, so two options. If you are working full time and are in Saskatchewan, then you need to have at least 6 months of employer offering the job, 6 months of experience from the employer who is offering you the job. This is one option. But if you are applying from inside or outside of Canada, then you are not working on that occupation, then you have to have 1 year of work experience in the past 5 years of the intended eligible occupation. Now, and this question comes to me many times: how do we show the work experience? For that, you need to show the letter of reference. Letter of reference, usually your HR department with whichever organization you have worked in the past will provide you with the with the letter of reference. That letter of reference tells you what kind of work experience you have, what are the job duties, who is the person who has given you they will provide the name and contact details of the person, your contact details, your information, as well as the job which you are performing in job duties. So that will be there on your letter of reference that you need to submit. So this is about work experience. Now let us look into the job offer, which is the fourth requirement. So job offer must be approved by SNIP before you apply. So Saskatchewan province, which is conducting this SNIP program, has to approve this, and your employer must register online to have job that you are applying to be assessed. And once the job is approved, your employer will receive a job approval letter which includes your position, name and knock code. So that job approval letter you need to attach with when you are submitting your profile. So that job approval letter is the key document. Now you must send a copy of SNIP job approval letter with your application. You need to attach it with your application. So in your application you must also provide letter of that your job has to be full-time permanent job, and it has to be from a Saskatchewan employer, and it has to be from the 11 knock codes which I will be sharing with you. So it has to be full-time permanent Saskatchewan employer, and number 4, it has to be from the 11 knock codes which I am sharing with you. So 11 knock codes, what are those 11 knock codes? Let us look into it. So 11 knock codes which are eligible for tech talent are, first of all, 0213, which is computer information system manager, electrical and electronics engineer, which is 2133, 2147, which is computer engineers, then information system analyst, which is 2171, and then we have 2172 database analyst, then we have software engineers and designers, which is 2173, and then 2174 computer programmers, then web designers 2175, 2281 computer network technician, 2282 user support technicians, and 2283 information system testing technicians. So all these 11 are the jobs which are eligible for tech talent. Now professional licensing, the fifth and last part of this requirement is that for some occupations, Saskatchewan, unlike Ontario, unlike BC or Alberta, in Saskatchewan you need to get registered with a professional organization. What is the organization and who needs to get registered? So let us see. So you must be eligible for Saskatchewan licensing if your occupation belongs to following, right? What is that? It is 2147 knock code computer engineers or software engineers, 2173 or 2133 electrical and electronic engineers. So will be required to provide a letter from Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan, which is APEGS. APEGS, this is an association. You need to get a letter from them, and that what letter should say that registration as an engineer in training has been approved. Or the second option is that letter from APEGS indicating that they have assigned confirmatory exam. So basically, if you have done your engineering from somewhere else, from your home country, and then you come here, so it's kind of taking kind of an equivalency of that. This is not a ECA, but this is a professional organization. So just keep in mind, this is also a requirement for this. Now, you know who is eligible, what are the requirements. Immediately, you also need to understand who are not eligible. You understood who are eligible. Who are not eligible is another important thing. So, first of all, many people I've seen in my professional practice, many people, what they do is they come here to Canada and they straight away go to Montreal and file the refugee. If you do that, you cannot go for any other program. This is mostly true, and here also this is the same is applicable. So refugee claimants in Canada cannot apply for this program. So if you are having a hearing pending, refugee hearing pending, or you have just applied for refugee, then you are not allowed for mostly any of the programs available, and including the tech talent pathway. So you are not eligible if what are the three? There are three things which will make you ineligible for this program. What are those three things? If you do not provide the documents at time when you are submitting your application, you need to the first thing is that you need to gather the documents and then submit the application. So at the time of the application, when you are doing, you need to gather all the documents and then submit them. So if you have not provided, then you become ineligible. And you are not able to prove the intent to live and work in Saskatchewan. You know what? Every province, every PNP program, because they are spending so much time and effort and they are helping you to get the PR in Canada. So they also want that you stay in return, you stay in that province. So you have to prove your intent to live and work in that province. And if you cannot do so, you become ineligible. Lastly, suppose you have done any kind of intentional misrepresentation. Now, misrepresentation is a very big topic. I will try to bring a complete video on this, but here the word is very important, intentional. You can do misrepresentation unintentionally also, but that may not be a big crime as compared to intentional misrepresentation. If you do intentional misrepresentation and if it gets caught, then you become ineligible. So now that you have all the details of this program, if you need any further information, you can reach out to our office. Our office is located in Brampton, and email IDs and phone number are also given here. So once again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and thank you so very much for watching the video. Thank you.